just don't know how much longer we can keep going like this, Caitlin. I'm curious about this. I feel like I don't know if that's supposed to be there, those grooves.
Problem for another day?
No, this is the other day that we keep talking about where we're like, hey, that's a problem for tomorrow, Caitlin. Today is tomorrow. Well, actually, tomorrow is yesterday, but today is that day. Right now.
No.
Right here. Here we stand. And here we fall.
It would happen to you too if you did it, but I can't tell you what to do in here.
It probably would, which is why I'm not going to do it so that I have someone to blame other than myself. That's called parenting. Welcome back to Crossthread Garage Salvage, guys. I'm Steve. This is my daughter, Caitlin, and this is her 41 Ford that we're putting on a F350 chassis from 2000. Got the 7.3 Power Stroke in it, and we've been working hard, but truthfully, we're kind of at a standstill here on some of the project as we're waiting on parts and funds and, well, life to kind of get out of our way. So actually, this has been a pretty terrible month for us. Published a video at the beginning of the month, which I hope all of you saw, but I know you all didn't, so go back and watch it for us, would you? But we published that right before I left for work for Alaska for a little over a week, and this is now the 21st, and we're filming for the first time in December. Not great. But we were supposed to be headed up to Kelly's Island today to pick up a 66 Ford F5, F6, I don't know what it is, Ford dump truck that we got running this summer. But not only is it cold and snowy here, but
it's icy and muddy.
And muddy.
And cold.
And we actually couldn't get the truck backed up to the trailer this morning to even get out of the yard. So not only did we not go to the island,
we didn't make it out of our yard.
Correct. So we are going to be kind of just polishing up some projects that need done so that we can move on, but they're not like critical elements that we've wanted to take time to get in. So getting the wiring harness back on the engine, servicing the rear diff and trans, getting the doors adjusted so that they latch properly and quit flying open randomly and slamming into our fenders.
And our
faces. Little things. And then before we're done here, not today because they're closed, but the next day they're open, which would be Monday, we're going to pick up some metal and start laying out the rear radiator mount for this setup, because that radiator is
not going right there.
Going to go right here. This space.
Right.
No room in the inn. Merry Christmas.
Good job, Marty.
Now that we've got the cab kind of set where we need it, we need to get these doors so they're latching properly. So this one has latched in the past.
But it doesn't unlatch.
It doesn't unlatch very easily, but I'd rather have it stay closed than fly open. So give that thing a slam shut and see how it closes. Oh, didn't mean like throw it.
No.
But
you said slam
but it
shut.
It did latch. Hold on. It did latch. You gotta down, not up. One more.
I just broke something. Never mind.
Probably need to get a little skeet from Sweet Patina in there to lube that up. It's just dragging right here, and the linkage is probably shot inside. The other door, though, does not latch, hardly at all. What are you aiming at? You're getting it all over your boots.
Well, it's never coming off of there.
Lubricating oil. It's not going to come off of there very easily. Go get that torch and burn it.
Shit. Have you ever tried to see if you have superpowers?
I do. You want to see it? know it did that, did you? Apparently we both have superpowers. See, I did that when I was working at Sears years ago, and I almost hit a pregnant lady that was walking across the floor. So I quit throwing and bouncing.
Okay, well, I'm glad it worked the first time.
It's more of a straight down. Here, let me show you.
It worked the first time, and that's all that matters.
Let me show you.
Stop. Stop.
Nope. It's all where you release.
Now
That was
edit
close.
that.
That was
Like
close.
I'm catching it.
Okay, watch out.
For the camera.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right, well, we're gonna try and get this panel off. I can't actually figure out how to get these handles off. Anybody knows how to remove those handles on a 41 Ford door, let us know, because we're probably gonna have to do that eventually. But Caitlin's gonna grab the last screw here out of this access panel, and hopefully it just comes off enough that we can actually get some lubrication on the linkage from this handle out to this latch here. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting original green. What is that, dirt or sound? Oh, it's like sound deadener in there. Okay, cool. Let's see. We put the window up so that it wouldn't be in our way. Feel anything moving? Okay. How about putting your hand up here? There it is. We were spraying out here because, well, it seemed to us like this was the only thing binding, just the way it was set, like grinding through there. Plus, we couldn't get these handles off, so. But Caitlin was dripping it all over her toes because the other bottle had fallen on its top and broken. So, we're going to try this a different way. I took off my orange sweatshirt because I don't want to get this stuff all over my orange sweatshirt, but I'm just going to soak everything in here. Hold this. Is that actually moving that latch out there?
No. Yeah, now it is.
That is much easier. Oh, yeah. That's what we need to do on the other side now, too. All right, this door similarly sticks. Doesn't matter what you do, it won't catch this latch. And I think the latch is actually adjusted too far in. So this latch has a screw right here in the middle. I just think it's too far in. So what we're going to do is hit it with some skeet. We're going to heat it up. It's a flathead screw, so we don't want to strip it out, but we do want to adjust this door latch out a little bit. Get it up above it to let it. So the skeet is a freezing penetrating oil. You can get yours from sweetpatina.com. Promo code CGS5 at checkout for 5% off all your orders. Caitlin's just going to heat it up. So you know how I was flying to and from Alaska last week? Mm-hmm. There's a guy sitting next to me on the plane while I was watching a Netflix movie a documentary called Chernobyl about the nuclear reactor disaster.
Yeah.
And he was like, I actually grew up near there. And I was like, really? Have you seen the documentary? Because it's fascinating. And he's like, yeah, I watched it. Counted at least 8 historical inaccuracies on one hand. Put the heat back on that. While in Alaska, Sure got a lot of inspirations. Pretty cool trucks up there. Saw an old GMC plow truck with a 671 Detroit Screamin' Jimmy in it. Got offered to take that one home if I wanted it. Then there was the International Lodestar tow truck, which is still in service with less than 30,000 miles on it. And of course, this old International KB series truck that is dressed up like something a Hollywood studio would put together for a moonshiner. Anyways, enjoy. So what year Lodestar?
Oh.
26,000 miles?
24,000.
Shoo-wee. Everybody goes crazy for the Lodestars. I like them because they're kind of ugly, cool.
Oh my goodness. They are. And boy, when you're towing, even a bus, it'll almost make the front end stand up. So that's why we put this heavy, and then we've got this so we can put weights on it.
Oh my. That's cool. This is what you brought the wrecking ball home on?
Yes.
Is it four-wheel drive or is that twin stick transmission?
Twin stick, yeah. No, and then what we do is we chain all the back wheels up,
Wow.
For to run it, but we still got to do some fixing. This is called temporary fixing of the air ducts.
Yeah, chain it on. Not going anywhere. That's cool.
Everything
What year is this? Probably a 65?
I don't know what
Early 70s?
all I know.
GMC, plow truck, dump truck. Got the Screamin' Jimmy.
Yeah, you almost have to wear headphones when you're doing it, but it's super fun. But
What do you think, guys? Should we take it?
you can have it.
Just got to figure out a way to get it to Ohio from Juneau, Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
The old Mac dog there.
Because it costs $2,500 to dispose of it. And so,
That's cool.
I spent a lot of time behind the wheel of this one.
Yep, with the earmuffs on the transmission.
I
Just
don't know how many miles this one has. How many miles does this one have on it?
32,028 miles.
So that's it. That's all that's this been put on.
It's a plow truck its whole life, huh?
But, yeah, just to.
What's
This
you,
yard.
you said it needs a sleeve in one of the cylinders though?
Yeah, it's what it does is it's just blowing water, and and so it runs and things, but you just have to keep putting water in it because it's just pushing it out the exhaust. But the company doesn't want to fix it because it's so old, and I'm like, but this is a good truck. I mean, the plow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
that's
kidding.
what I plowed this lot with, and it's like,
That's a beast.
nope.
What was saying?
What?
Did you see me last night driving home? Like,
Yes, sliding all over the road.
yeah, Mom was like, was it fine? You looked fine. You didn't look like you were sliding anywhere.
I saw you slide.
What?
She was not looking in her rearview mirror.
I was everywhere. I almost didn't even make it out of the church parking lot.
Okay, little trick. The Craftsman's. This is a serious thing. Get back over here. The
That
Craftsman
was
screwdrivers
ridiculous.
fit in an 1 1/16 socket, so it gives you more leverage, and you can push on it, like get your belly against it. You should do this. Hey, by the way, guys, lost 10 pounds this month. 30 more to go. Look at that. See? Little heat, little skeet, and a little bricky, whatever this is called.
Janky.
Oh, yep, that's never coming off there. Here, just run that screw out. Get that loosened up and we'll back it off of there.
It'd be awkward if I was tightening it.
I have it on good authority that is
Yeah.
righty tighty, lefty loosey. Now you're tightening.
Wait, no.
You're
What?
just trying to find the...
What am I doing?
Okay, I don't know how hot this is. Not very. Here, let's see if that loosens it up any.
I think I'm tightening it now.
No, you're just in a tight spot where the... Hold on. Don't
I'm not stripping it.
strip the head off of that. Okay, it should be loose enough to bump. Back up. Give me that screwdriver. Oof, that's just gonna pound that on there further. I had a punch. Punch. Does not appear to be moving.
Grace is
I
definitely
wonder if there's a nut on the back of this that's spinning. I just assumed it was threaded.
a safety deal.
I don't understand what I'm looking at.
My nose, how?
If I hit it from inside here. Nope. Maybe it needs to come all the way out. There is a second set of threads back there. I don't understand
I don't.
where they're going. You'd think if you took that off, this would no longer be attached.
You have thunked wrong.
I have thunked wrong once again. I think someone welded this, Caitlin.
Why?
Come look at this.
Why somebody weld it?
Well, I don't know why somebody would do that, but does that look like a tack weld right there in that corner?
Yeah. Well, that's not moving.
Well, the door doesn't latch without it moving, so we seem to be at what would be an impasse.
Problem for another day?
No, this is the other day that we keep talking about where we're like, hey, that's a problem for tomorrow, Caitlin. Today is tomorrow. Well, actually, tomorrow is yesterday, but today is that day. Right now.
No.
Right here. Here we stand. And here we fall. Okay, well, how about something easier while I figure out whether or not I've got a carbide bit that'll fit my Dremel to cut that out of there.
Your what?
You heard me. Carbide bit, Dremel. Just smoke it out of there. Why don't you clear everything from behind that truck right there? Because we're going to pull the rear cover off that differential. So move that vacuum, chainsaw, and everything. So let me show you what we did with this one to get it to latch. We actually cut this block back right here. And I wasn't seeing it before because I didn't know it was welded, but you can actually see the impression right here of where the other screw head was, and it's welded solid through there. So I don't know what they were doing or why they were doing it, but we ended up having to just notch this back so it latches. So this has been very rusty.
There's a water bottle in there, but that's okay.
Seems to be a water bottle in our oil
I
pan.
dropped it.
But these bolts are super rusty, so we're gonna get the wire brush on the end of a drill, clean as much of that up as we can so we don't end up stripping them off. But like some of these, there's so much rust on it, they're almost round to begin with, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But I imagine it's gonna end
With a torch.
with me going, Caitlin, why did you round that nut off? So we'll just insert that in a couple minutes when that happens, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
It would happen to you too if you did it, but I can't tell you what to do in here.
Probably would, which is why I'm not going to do it so that I have someone to blame other than myself. That's called parenting. Okay, I just finished up latching this door here, and realized I can't get it unlatched now, so that's a problem for tomorrow. But I heard Caitlin say, "Oh no, where'd that go?" And came back here.
Well, I was taking all these
She got them
out.
all loose.
I was holding it so it wouldn't fall anywhere, and it fell out of my hand.
You decided to go NASCAR and get the gun out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it hit
but
the
they all came
cardboard.
loose?
It hit the
Okay,
cardboard.
and you
on
can't
this
find
one.
it?
No.
Have you checked in the oil pan?
I'm positive it didn't fall in there because I heard it hit the cardboard.
Did you look underneath like the leaves and stuff that blown in here?
Yeah. Unless it did.
Don't spill that.
Oh, JK, there it is.
Yeah. What's that right there?
Oh.
You want me to get that since you got your gloves on?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, now it's lubricated.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Well lubricated. Okay.
So, do you remember smelling that from the C10?
Are you asking me if I know what gear oil smells like?
Yes.
Yeah. It smells like a bloated seal. Okay, so this one is actually missing the trim ring here, Caitlin. So that one should come off of there, just like that. Okay. Let's get some looby-dooby up in there. So I'm just firing up here at this whole mechanism. There's a bar that runs right across the top of this here. And I'm going to fire it at the latch over here. Try and get everything. What?
Just gonna try and hit it all the way over there.
Yeah. See it coming all the way up out of the window?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's getting everything. That at least turns now where it didn't want to before. Well, for the, I don't know how many times GoPro quit on us again. Thanks again, GoPro. Anyways, we got the door back together, and I'm going to show you it does latch now. So rolled the window down just in case the only handle that worked was the inside one, which used to be the case. But it latches just fine now. Something, as I was saying before, something in here is not happy. It's not tight. And I don't know how to make that tight, but that might be a problem for us later. But you can see the door doesn't actually line up. It needs to go up a little bit to match that body line. And that's because there's no alignment tab right here. It should slide in here and actually lift the door when it goes in. So I'm happy with that for now. Are you?
Yeah.
She is. I know she is. Somebody got a nice healthy dose of silicone on that end of that one. It's going to be siliconed on there, so it's like glued on there. Here. Don't damage it, but just tap it.
Oh.
Just tap it. Nope.
What?
Oh, you were in. Yeah. I guess you're in there. Don't bend it.
Oh.
There you go. keep a hand on it.
Yeah,
Actually,
well, let me use my
here.
third hand.
Hold on. Here, little trick here. Hold on. Just throw that one in so it can't fall.
Ouch.
Go all the way around it.
Can I just take it off now?
Can you?
Probably.
Have you got the bottom off?
Probably.
Or are you going to try and just grab the top and peel it?
Yeah.
Okay, just don't splash oil all over yourself because definitely won't come out of those nice boots. There, you peeling it.
Okay, that's good.
I see a little bit of oil draining out of it now.
You're a drink.
I want to see. I don't know if I'm seeing a bunch of sparkles or if I'm. Hey, you're getting oil all over everything.
Sorry. Well, look at all that fell in there.
All the oil, you mean?
All the flaky stuff.
I think those are just bubbles.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah. Actually, that rear end looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Oh my goodness.
This is.
You can probably smell that through the camera. And my nose is stuffed.
All right, go ahead and empty that in the pan. It looks like actually pretty clean fluid. So there's a few little like grooves down in here, and it definitely has had some. Probably the old oil was never actually cleaned out of there like we're about to do. Probably should have thought about this before we did that, but we probably need to see if there's a gasket available for this rear end. Who do you guys use for parts? We've got AutoZone here. They're pretty awful. Like Caitlin knows more than most of the guys in there. We also have a Federated Auto, which is great. Those guys really know what they're doing, and they seem to have pretty much everything available tomorrow if you need it today. But they're really good guys to deal with. They got stuff in stock. It's just older stuff like this, not always. So who's your go-to parts store? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious about this. I feel like I don't know if that's supposed to be there, those grooves. It's very, very interesting to me.
They look like they're supposed to be there.
I mean, the fluid's not full of metal. Well, maybe it is a little bit. I guess it's pretty sparkly. I don't know. I don't have a rear end to go back in there, so Caitlin's gonna scrape the gasket. I'm gonna make a phone call, see what we can get, and we'll be buttoning this up lickety split. Okay, so Caitlin's taken the little flappy disc. It's one that is, where is it? Oh, it's over there. But it's one that's really worn out. So she wasn't really getting into the metal. But it did go ahead and clean up the rust because there was quite a bit of rust around the outside edge here where water had been seeping. And you can see, like, this was super rusty. Actually, this whole rear axle, everything back here before we did the Sweet Patina blackout paint on everything was really corroded rusty. So we're going to hit this with some carb cleaner, wash everything out, and then O'Reilly's has the gasket in stock. So we're about 10 minutes from an O'Reilly's. We're going to head up there, grab that, get this cover back on, and the fluid filled up tonight. And then we'll move to the transmission, get the trans drained, and fluid back in it. And then while Caitlin's doing that,
Just spray it.
Yeah,
Show them what fell out of here.
you're just kind of washing. Oh, right. While Caitlin was wiping everything out down here, that came out. Anybody got any ideas on that one?
It's not metal.
It is not metal.
It's rubber.
It
Or it's really bendy metal.
no, it's rubber, but it's like zebra striped. It's really weird.
Squeeze me.
I don't know where that belongs, whether it should be in there or shouldn't be in there, but it is currently not in there.
And it hasn't been in there for a while.
So where was it? Just sitting down in the bottom?
It's in the back, and I scrubbed it, and it fell out, and I pulled it out from in there.
Yeah, awesome.
So just spray everything.
Yeah, you're just washing the surface to get any of that dust that you just don't get it in your eyes. There you go. And then spray in the bottom, like in that pan to wash it out. Yep. And just like let it run out of there. Get all the junk out. So while she's doing that, before we're done tonight, we're also going to go ahead and throw
That stuff smells good.
the engine harness back on here. And probably going to have to go back on my phone and look at some pictures from about 5 months ago to remember where all that goes. But, you know, it's like they say, it only goes one place. It's like the good news about a wire harness is that little guy right there can't possibly belong back there. I don't actually know where that goes. Well, we'll figure it out. So hang tight. We're not even close to done, but that's probably no news to you. You good?
Calling my glove.
All right. Let's go get some dinner and get a and get the gasket for that rear end.
Okay.
And we'll be back. I wasn't sure which one it would need, so I bought both gaskets.
So funny, I forgot to laugh.
Just kidding. We're going to use the silicone here to actually tack up the paper gasket, the Felpro gasket here. Is that Felpro? Yeah, Felpro. So very, very carefully. Don't bend it. Don't rip it. Don't cut it. By the way, if you're using gasket maker, silicone gasket maker, get the black stuff. It's oil resistant. It's what it's made for. Don't use the red stuff.
What's the
It
red
makes
stuff?
you look like you don't know what you're doing. And we definitely know what we're doing.
Yup. I really just fell.
So do you remember what I taught you on the C10 on using...
Don't put it too close to the holes.
Oh, that's true. But what I taught you on the C10 was to take that piece of cardboard.
See, now I'm remembering.
Set it right there. Where it's clean. Put the gasket down. And what we're going to do is basically just go around, and Caitlin's going to use her rubber glove to kind of paint the whole surface. We're going to let that sit and tack up for a second, and then we're going to stick it on that cover. And once it's on the cover, we're going to do the same thing with the other side, and that'll give us a nice tacky surface on both sides. It should give us a secure, leak-free installation. We will see about that though. I've been thinking that we should probably do a little bit of inspection of that ring gear and pinion gear, because that scarring that we saw there, I don't think is normal. I don't actually know what would cause that. I have to imagine it intersected the pinion gear somehow. So the pinion gear is the one in front that's turning with the drive shaft that turns this rotational direction into this rotational direction. Okay?
Power from the engine is transferred to the ring gear through a pinion gear.
Yeah, exactly. So I think what we have here is some old damage, because the rear end was not noisy, number one, when we last drove this, right?
Right.
We didn't notice any roaring or...
Only from you.
So funny, I forgot to laugh.
And the fluid that came out of here, we noted when it was pouring out, is pretty clean. Like you could still see through it almost.
Right.
Most of the time, gear oil, if it's well used, doesn't look that way. Now, the truck has 376,000 miles on it, I think.
Sounds right.
So my guess is this has been serviced or repaired in some way already. But what I want to check is to see how much lash we have between the pinion gear and the ring gear. And I want to check the pinion with the yoke up front and kind of see. Well, GoPro, once again, I blame you. Anybody out there got a recommendation for a camera that, I don't know, doesn't randomly turn off when the battery is still at 90% and interrupt your recording? I would love to hear it. We have put the back cover back on. And what we did before we did that was, you saw it cut out there, we actually checked the yoke and pinion ring gears for slop in them. There wasn't any. So we put it back together, did a whole explanation on what could have gone wrong there. But basically the scars that we were seeing on the back of that ring gear had to be old. The new fluid that was in there would be a pretty good indication, or the newer, cleaner fluid that came out would be a pretty good indication it was serviced and probably repaired at some point. We had no noise coming from the back end when we were driving this truck, when we drove it for 2 months after we bought it. So we would take that back cover back off, but you already saw us put the silicone on, and it's tacked up and already attached.
Wait, are we not filling it up with?
Grab a torque wrench. We're gonna fill it up. Actually, we're not gonna fill it up tonight. We're gonna let that cure before we fill it up. We'll do that tomorrow. So let's get the transmission drained.
Look at Marty wants to use it.
Yeah, Marty the mechanic. I know Marty the mechanic over at Marty's Hot Rod Garage.
No, the cat's not named after him.
He's not a cat, and we didn't name the cat after you, Marty. So sorry.
Marty should be our mascot. Want a Marty sticker?
If anybody's gonna be our mascot, it's gonna be my blue-eyed Trigger.
No, it's
No
Marty.
stinking cat's gonna get his own sticker from Crossthread Garage.
Just saying.
All right, now, I swear, we didn't start this episode just to be able to promote products, but we're finding good use for some of our partners that have given us product to use. So, Caitlin is going to use this precise-built torque wrench that was sent to us that goes from 25 up to 250 foot-pounds. And so we're down at 25 because that is the recommended torque spec that I saw for these. So you're going to put it on there, go until it's going to keep going.
It don't go anymore.
Sweetheart. Hey,
What?
you're not going in any further. It's just a ratchet.
Oh, I know, but you said keep going in.
No, keep going, like keep turning it.
Oh.
Okay, there it is.
There, what is?
Listen to it pop. It pops right there. That's 25 foot-pounds. You heard the pop?
Oh, but it already popped once.
Okay, well then you weren't listening. Okay, go to the next one. It's probably a little bit big to be using for something like this, but it does go down to 25 pounds. and it also goes up to 250. So it's a good multi-use tool. You can grab yours at precisebuilt.com/discount/CGS5, or just go to their website, order using promo code CGS5 for 5% discount. And we do get a little kickback from them on that commission if you guys do that.
Oh,
You strip the head off of that one.
probably. I think it was tight though.
So I'm thinking this little rubber deal here, with the way it's striped like that, that probably went through that ring gear. I wish I knew what that was. I'm not familiar enough with these Ford rear ends. Oh, that's magnetic.
Huh?
It's magnetic.
Is it metal?
I wonder if that's supposed to be in there. If it's there to catch metal that falls, like if you got rear end wearing out.
That's probably what the lines are for. That's probably what the lines are.
Is
metal.
there magnets? It's the metal that's stuck to the magnetic lines. Yeah.
Well, we're
But
stupid.
it's flexible so that if it does get up into the teeth, it doesn't actually do any damage. Wow. Somebody tell me if we're right about that. But
And if we're not, we just made a really cool invention.
that is definitely magnetic. All right. See how easy that closes now? Caitlin's got her creeper out. And you need to pull that oil pan up under the transmission, because you are going to drain the transmission on the ZF6 manual 6-speed transmission here. Uses the Mercon. What is this?
Where am I
That's the
putting
gear
it?
oil. Let's see. Transmission fluid
Dad.
here. Uses the Mercon 3. No, Dextron 3 or Mercon V5? Probably.
Dad.
Transmission fluid. So we're going to be putting that back in. But
Where's it go?
Yes, I'm getting there, sweetheart.
Rico.
Let me get a light on underneath here. So the plug is going to be right there. You see it?
Oh, poop, I hate
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wait, where? This?
yes, it is a.
How is that going to come out?
Let me see if I can get this set up differently.
How does one obtain that build?
So the plug is a. You just got to put the
Oh, I see.
1/4 inch
Where
or
is that?
3/8 inch ratchet in there.
It should be.
1/2 inch. There's the 1/4 inch. Where's the 3/8 inch? You guys ever think about the fact that all those places that use metric, like what size ratchet are they using to turn their 10 millimeter socket? 3/8 standard.
Probably like a 10 Crumpets and Muppets something or other in T.
Is it 3/8 or is it 1/2 inch?
3/8. You gave me like the worst one though. I'm gonna need an Oh wait, that's not how that works.
You might need an extension. Hold on. I didn't think it would get that tight. It's pretty crusty though. Okay, you're almost there. Yep, now pull your hand out. Just pull your hand out. Good. All right. It's not like gray or anything.
Gonna fill up really quick.
It looks relatively clean. Does not smell burnt, which is nice.
It's purple.
Oh, it's red.
Oh.
This is the same stuff we'd like put in the cylinders on that Rio.
Oh.
Because
With the
ATF is like a
with the acetone?
yeah. ATF is a detergent, so
Ooh.
it's a very good solvent. It'll clean injector tips, A lot of guys on these 7.3s before products like Stiction Eliminator came out, guys would run ATF in their diesel fuel in order to clean the injector tips. But well, it's the week of Christmas. We had family come in tonight, which meant we had to step away for a few hours during dinner. And it is now almost 10:30. And since we're going to have to put fluid in the rear end tomorrow after church, Caitlin, why don't we go ahead and we'll fill the transmission up tomorrow as well. So, well, guys, if you are a mess like Caitlin is every time she works anything with oil, and you're going to go to church tomorrow and you don't want everybody thinking that you murdered a cat the night before.
And there's only one left.
That's all right. We got 6 more cases up here.
It's fine. One will do it.
What you want to do is find yourself a case of TKO hand wipes from Sweet Patina. Go to sweetpatina.com, use promo code CGS5 for 5% off at checkout. And of course, we only use the best here, unless of course the best is too expensive for us, in which case we only use what we can afford. And in this case, we actually can afford the best. And the best is the Sweet Patina TKO hand wipe. Here, my hands are clean now. You can use mine. Keep going.
Drop mine in a pile of dirt.
Secondary benefit of these hand wipes is that once you're empty, you got a sweet little parts bin. Nice. It is a few days later, not the next day. The reason for that is because, well, the weather cleared up and the 66 Ford that we were going to go get and couldn't get our trailer backed up to, well, keep your eyes peeled for the start of January here on Crossthread Garage Salvage, which is a reminder to you, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and help a sister out. Subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think of the work that you're seeing here. And if you want to support the channel, there's a couple ways to do that. You can join the Shade Tree Nation for $1.99 a month. Just hit the join button here on YouTube. Or you can go to crossthreadgarage.com and pick up some merch, stickers, hats, sweatshirts. Great time of the year for a good Gildan sweatshirt. We've got them cheap over there, so pick yours up today. We are definitely not working on a Marty sticker, so don't be looking for that. And if you're a member of the Shade Tree Nation here on YouTube for that $1.99 a month, in addition to the discount you get on Crossthread Garage and all the behind-the-scenes videos that you're going to see on the channel, you're also going to get access to this upcoming live stream this month, December the 28th, I believe, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the channel. So you can join today and check that out. It's a live stream with me and Caitlin here in the garage, just kind of answering your guys' questions, interacting with you, talking to you about future projects and frustrations with current projects. Speaking of which, because we went and snagged a project off of an island in Lake Erie today while the weather was nice, the engine harness is not going to get put in this episode. I know, I hate breaking promises to myself too. I told you we would do it. We're not. It's just the way it is. I literally wake up some days and say to myself, how are we going to keep doing this? And then I walk into the garage and go, there's like 4 years worth of projects just right here that we need to finish in the next 4 months. So it's not the end of anything except the year. Which reminds me, Merry Christmas, guys. Hope that wherever you are, you're finding time with loved ones, friends, family, and we genuinely appreciate you. We're grateful to you for watching, and we are going to take a little bit of time here to enjoy time with our family this week. I hope that you do as well, which of course reminds me of one of my favorite sets of Bible verses, Matthew chapter 1, verse 22 and 23. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. The virgin shall conceive and give birth to a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means God with us. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So since we were last here, you need to be caught up on something. As soon as I turned the camera off, Caitlin dropped the plug into that oil pan. So she is going to be fishing it out.
Found a water bottle.
Don't put oil all over the garage floor. Just get the...
How did that get full?
It's water, not oil.
Nope, that wasn't water in there.
Yes, it was.
There was some water in there, but definitely not that much.
Okay.
Well, we dropped a lot of stuff.
You dropped it in there with the extension. So
No, not the extension. Both the extensions are out here.
The short one's not.
Well,
You had it on the extension, trying to thread it in. Fish around the edges. Is that a rag?
Could be. It's really cold.
I imagine it is.
Yeah, I was doing it by hand.
There's a plug. Where's the extension?
There wasn't an extension. I swear there wasn't.
Caitlin?
Look.
You
Look
had.
at the camera.
I turned the camera off.
Well, I didn't change my position when you turned it off.
You had the short extension
I don't believe
in your hand. Here.
the extension did not drop in there.
You dry that off. This extension right here.
Okay, you manifested it.
I knew you dropped it by the handle. I literally put my hand in on top of it. It's not even staged. I wish it was staged because it would mean that we weren't this
Whatever.
yeah.
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. Good word. Dry that off.
Why would you just flick that on me?
Didn't I? Flicked it.
No, you
You're right.
didn't.
You're right. My bad.
Yeah, this is why it's not going on.
Oh, you got the O-ring all the way up at the top. That would make a difference. If I had a new O-ring to put on there, I would. But I don't. So if it leaks, we'll fix it later. Just like everything else here.
We will not fix it later.
Here's what you're going to do. Take this and that. You're going to thread that into the bottom of that transmission. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh yeah, much easier without the O-ring in the way.
I told you it wasn't me.
While you're doing that, I'm going to get back here on the rear end. See if I can find the fill plug.
This is literally so cold. And it's too small. Huh? Why is this too oh, it's not. Just stupid. How tight does this gotta be? Dad?
Snug.
That's pretty snug.
Don't blow the O-ring out. Okay, the fill plug is down here on this side over here. So you're probably going to need to get that creeper, come underneath there to be able to see it, and get the wrench on it. Whoa, turbo.
What are you doing?
Go up there and come in like I told you to.
I don't remember. You told me to.
Okay, it's going to be right here.
My head don't fit over there.
You just need to get your arm around here.
That's revolting. Well, and that's shiny in my eye. That's better.
Please don't strip the head out of that.
I'll try my best not to.
So that is the magnetic plug with a bunch of sludge. So I think there's brand new gears in that rear end, and all of the gunk in the bottom, like that we just saw on that plug, is left over because the fluid that came out of it was so clean, and the gears look so clean, so sharp. So, and there's no noise. There's no noise out of there. So again, the scars that we saw, I think, are old damage. The gears look new. There's no slack in the ring or pinion gear. And I think we're going to be happy putting it back together and just letting that plug continue to catch the junk that might still be floating around in there somewhere.
How are we going to fill this up?
We are going to fill it up with a little hand pump
Oh, great.
that goes in the bottle, and then we pump it in. So let me go get that for you. But we are going to be using the Adrenaline R14 85W140 It's Hot Shot Secret Racing Gear Oil. It's a full synthetic polyolefin with zinc infusion, their patented FR3 nanotechnology, the friction reducer. It's going to lower the operating temperature, reduce wear, reduce shearing between gears, and improve the oxidation stability. So it's formulated specifically for extreme rigors of high temp applications, including racing, and in this case, towing, which we hope to be doing with this channel. So
Get you some of that.
get you some of that from Hot Shot Secret Motorsports. So let me get this down here for Caitlin, and then I'll get the camera in here, Caitlin.
Ew.
You go ahead. Yep, plug that right in the side. You got it in?
Yep. There we
There
go.
it goes. And basically when it runs out, then we put the cap on.
How much of this is it gonna?
Well, it needs to come up to the hole that we are currently filling through.
Oh, so a long time.
One eternity later.
Okay, now that I've got a blister on my hand from running that pump, we've decided we're not going to do that on this. We're going to go ahead and take the cover off of the shifter foot here. So Caitlin's going to undo those 6 bolts while I go button up the rear end. Go ahead, just give it a gentle tap on the side of one of those. There you go. All right. Go down underneath there and look on the side
Or
for the same type of plug that we just took out of the rear end.
oh,
See one on that side?
yeah.
You do?
Well, okay. There's the one we took out. It's on the side.
Yep, there's one on the side.
It's probably on the other side.
I don't think it's on this. Oh, maybe it is on this side. Oh, yeah, it is. It's right over here. See right down there?
Yeah.
Just run that plug out. We're going to fill it from the top, but when it starts running out of that plug, we'll know it's full because that would be the fill line.
Yep. I can't even get it loose.
Can't get it loose?
No.
Here. Did you try putting a lever on it?
Oh.
Okay, let's put a lever on it. It's loose. Hey, come here. Okay. Just remember that you have those pipes. If you extend the arm, it increases the leverage and it multiplies the force that you're applying to it. The only thing you need to be careful of when you put that much leverage on it is you don't break something or strip the head out. Okay? Back end is filled up. It took just shy of 1 gallon, but it are done now. So we do want to clean this up, but we want to be careful to clean away from the hole so we don't scrape anything into the transmission. Okay, you ready to pour in there, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Got the oil pan underneath it over there, so when it does show us it's full, it doesn't leak out all over the floor. So just gently and slowly start filling that hole right there. Don't spill it everywhere. Or you could do that.
How much goes in?
Well, remember we're filling up to that hole.
Oh, yeah.
So when you start hearing it hit that oil pan, that's when you know you need to stop pouring and start threading that plug back in. So this is another polyolefin based oil with the patented FR3 friction reducer from Hot Shot Secret. It's a Mercon 5 Dexron 3 automatic transmission fluid. And you say, well, this is a ZF6 6-speed manual transmission. And I know that, but this is the oil that calls for. I've had a couple of NV 4500s, had one lose the 5th gear. Everybody talks about them being the best transmission around. I genuinely like this ZF6 transmission. I've had probably 4 of them. Having a granny gear is awesome. Having a 6-speed is awesome. So just pour a little bit slower, because if you overfill it and it flows down, you're going to lose a bunch of oil out the side. Cold out here. Caitlin? It is running significantly out of this side.
Oh.
And it looks like it has been for a while.
Well,
Weren't watching that, huh?
I just looked back there when we stood up and it wasn't full like that.
Well, that pan is just about full to overflowing. I would say go ahead and put that threaded. Oh.
What?
You see where the O-ring is?
Yeah?
Well, is that where it's supposed to be?
No.
What did we learn?
Put it on the bottom so it'll leak later. Like all the way on the bottom, all the way on the
Yeah,
bottom?
all the way against the head. Because that's where it's going to seal. I never did get the answer to my question on what the actual oil capacity is, so
Oh my gosh.
we're going to want to double check that and
Excuse me.
make sure we didn't overfill it too much.
Excuse me.
Hold on, let me just dry this. Okay. So, I'm just going to do a very light around the outside edges here. Remember which way this went?
Yeah. Like that.
I'll start them, you tighten them?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Here's your bit. Put an extension on that thing.
There's no point it's just gonna spin. Get it down to where you can't spin it anymore.
No, get the extension on it and run it in and put the wrench on it, tighten it.
Feel,
You know the drill.
I don't feel like walking anymore.
Gonna have to check the actual level that should be in there. Make sure we didn't overfill that, because it's entirely possible that we totally overfilled that. Okay, that's good. So I did check, and the total capacity is 6 quarts. Now, we've filled that oil pan to the brim. I don't know how it was silently pouring out of there. I didn't hear it either until I looked over there. But we're probably going to have to take a little bit of oil out of that. We'll do that another day, though. Because it is the Crossthread way to say that's a problem for another day. Okay, now just hang with me here for a second. Imagine the rear mount radiator below the window, a nice 7.5 foot flatbed behind it, toolbox or battery box hanging down here below it, nice headache rack with exhaust stacks. I mean, that's my idea, but that's what we're working with right now. So, because we went up and got the 66 Ford off the island, which you guys are going to see in our next episode, and because it's the week of Christmas this week, we weren't able to get out to the metal shop to get the metal. So we aren't able to start kind of laying this out for you, but I do want to give you an idea of what we're planning on doing here. You saw the drawings, and the good news is I'm slightly better at sketching than I am at fabricating. Actually, that's not good news, because the sketches were pretty mediocre. But we're basically talking about a radiator set that's going to be right here. It's going to come right back to this cross member. It's going to be about 7 feet wide, which is about the width of the bed that we're going to end up building or modifying. I'm not sure which yet. Going to take the exhaust out from underneath here, cut it under the cab, bring it under the frame up to Caitlin's side over there. And I'm seriously giving consideration
What?
to a set of stacks. Hold that over there. Tell me that doesn't look awesome. No, outside. Outside the frame. And higher. And turn the dog ear out to the right a little bit. Yeah. Tell me that doesn't look good. Tell me it wouldn't look good with another one right there. I have 2 of those. So that's what we're kind of playing with right now. As far as airflow goes, it's going to be open on the bottom here. So basically, we're going to have all the air that'll come up through here. The radiator will be about on a 45-degree angle here with 2 fans on it. I think it'll be drawing air. I think it'll be plenty of cooling. We'll be able to integrate in this side over here, in that kind of side. Well, I'll just show you right here. In the side of it, we'll be able to integrate over here the fuel fill neck. So the fuel fill neck will be able to come out right here to the side of that box. And again, some saddle tanks or something that we can modify to put down here for battery boxes or storage to kind of fill that space in. We'll make it look, well, make it look kind of like that. Yeah, even pretty mediocre, really. So I guess that's going to be another episode. You know how this goes, guys. I got big plans, and we hardly ever get done what we want to get done, but we're trying. And let me know what you think, because I know there's going to be some of you that say, rear mount radiator is a bad idea. It was not my first option. But I've since talked to a couple of guys on YouTube. Corey Wheat over at Corey Wheat Customs, who just did a rear mount radiator on a 41 Dodge. And Alan Harvey at Harvey's Hack Shack, who has a Diamond T with a rear mount radiator in it. Both of those guys said, works just fine. Stop traffic, drive all over the place, no problems at all. So it can be done. Whether it should be done, I don't know, but it will be done because that's really our only option at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, what do I always tell you, Caitlin?
It's for future Caitlin and Steve.
No, the other thing.
Oh, we gotta do it. If it's gonna get done, somebody's gotta do it. It should
If
be
it's
us.
gonna get done, somebody's gonna have to do it.
Right.
So you never taken the shifter off of a transmission, filled it up with transmission fluid, had you?
No.
But you learned tonight, and the next time you have to do it, you'll have more confidence doing it, right?
Right.
So if somebody can do it, you can learn to do it.
Right.
And when you learn to do it, you ought to be the one to do it.
Right.
That's it, guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think here. Check back in on our next episode. It's going to be early January, so we'll be watching the channel. Got a great episode on an epic recovery from a Lake Erie island. We went so far north, my phone welcomed me to Canada. So hang tight, because it's all coming your way.